When I took my wife, Emily, to my company's annual dinner party, I expected a calm, classy evening. The ballroom glowed with golden light, and everyone was dressed to impress. Emily looked stunning in a simple navy blue dress, her confidence brighter than any jewelry. I was proud to have her by my side. She wasn't just beautiful, she was grounded, kind, and had a quiet strength that drew people in. We mingled with colleagues and old friends, laughing and chatting as the evening went on. That's when Richard appeared, the arrogant son of my company's biggest investor. He was known for flaunting his wealth and belittling others. He had a smirk that made people uncomfortable, but they usually ignored it. Unfortunately, tonight, his target became my wife. Richard strutted toward us, holding his glass of champagne like it was a royal scepter. "So, this is your wife?" he asked loudly, his tone dripping with condescension. "Didn't expect someone so modest. You must not spend much on fashion, huh?" He gave her a fake smile, glancing at her simple clutch and minimal jewelry. The nearby group went quiet. I felt my face heat up. My instinct was to say something, but Emily's hand squeezed mine, a silent signal to let her handle it. Her calm expression didn't change. She simply tilted her head slightly and smiled at Richard. "You're right," she said softly. "I prefer spending on things that actually grow in value, like education, kindness, and respect. You should try it sometime." A few people chuckled under their breath, surprised by her poise. Richard looked taken aback for a second, but tried to recover. "Well," he said, smirking again, "I just meant someone like you could use a little polishing. But hey, not everyone can afford taste." His voice carried across the room, as if he wanted everyone to hear. Emily's eyes sparkled with calm amusement. She reached into her small purse and pulled out a $1 bill. With a gentle smile, she handed it to him and said, "Here, since you seem short on class, maybe this can help you buy some." The crowd burst into laughter. Richard's face went red, and his fake grin vanished instantly. For a brief moment, you could hear only the clinking of glasses and murmurs of disbelief. Richard muttered something and turned away, embarrassed beyond words. Emily simply smiled, tucked her purse back under her arm, and took a sip of her drink as if nothing had happened. She didn't raise her voice, didn't insult him, she just made her point with grace. After he left, several people came over to compliment her. "That was brilliant," one woman whispered. "He's been making rude comments for years. Finally someone put him in his place." Even my boss gave Emily a nod of approval and said, "You married a woman who knows how to handle herself." As the night continued, the awkward tension faded into admiration. Wherever Emily went, people smiled at her, and even those who didn't know her before seemed drawn to her calm confidence. I stayed close, still amazed at how easily she turned a moment of insult into one of quiet victory. Later, as we were driving home, I told her how proud I was. "I wanted to punch that guy," I admitted, laughing. "But you handled it like a queen." She chuckled and looked out the window. "People like him crave reactions," she said. "The best thing you can do is stay calm and remind them what real confidence looks like." When we got home, I couldn't stop thinking about how she carried herself. No anger, no shouting, just dignity. That night taught me something important. Strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, elegant, and impossible to ignore. The next week at work, the story had spread everywhere. People were still talking about how Richard got schooled by my wife. He avoided me entirely, and even toned down his arrogant behavior at future events. It was clear that Emily had left an impression that went far beyond a single evening. Months later, my boss invited us again to another gathering, jokingly saying, "Make sure you bring your wife. We might need her to keep everyone in check." Emily laughed, but I could tell she was proud too. She hadn't just defended herself, she'd shown everyone that respect is worth more than money. And every time I think about that night, I smile. Because in a room full of people chasing wealth and attention, my wife proved that true class isn't about what you wear or own, it's about how you treat people. And no amount of money can buy that kind of grace.